Hello, good afternoon. This is Kamal Khan from Houston, Texas. Welcome everybody to my portal, democraticvoiceusa.com. I would really appreciate if you can watch this information and forward it to like-minded people. Today we are going to talk about the third richest person in world and the richest person in India, Mr. Adani. Day before yesterday, Hindenburg has published the report regarding wrongdoing in Adani Group. I have seen report myself. There's so many loopholes. There's so many things we can that report has explained. And Hindenburg is the American company, and this company has a track record of some of the good stuff. They have done it in the past. So I do understand regarding the Adani company, and since last 3 years, the Adani company has made almost $100 billion in his worth. So I do understand their share prices is gone up so much, which is unbelievable. If you see that report, you can see there's so many things these people are doing and nobody is trying to stop them. I do understand, as long as the Modi government is working with the Adani and the BJP is protecting Adani, nobody can touch him. But in reality, if you see, if you see the whole world, the system, it don't work the way you want. So that's why the international companies has to expose you to the wrongdoing. So that is the fact. The problem is when you are running the big company, you cannot hide the incoming money or outgoing money. There's so much proof of the wrongdoing which I have seen myself in the report, and there's so many shell companies. These people, his family people, they have created so many companies and so many shell companies, and their brothers, different brothers and their relatives, they have the director of the Adani Group, and they've been running billions and billions of dollars unaccounted, and there's no account for a lot of money. So it's going to be a big mess for the Indian economy and for the Indian people who has invested the money in the Adani Group. So right now it's very critical position you have. So people has to be very careful regarding this kind of companies, and especially the government is not protecting the investor. The government is not protecting the investor. So investor, where they will go? At the end of the day, investor is going to lose their money and government is not going to do anything. So you have to be smart and watch it yourself and try to save your money as much as you can. And in future, I'm going to make some video on Mr. Adani Group and their wrongdoings. They are doing it with the public and some different with the different companies. They've been doing so much wrong things, which is not good for the public and for the investors. So all I can say to the investor, there's so many companies are there. Why you go to this company and why you invest your hard-earned money on Adani? I mean, that doesn't make sense. The way the company has a growth, you pick up any company in the whole world, there is no growth. This is artificial growth. They are making they're making this company like a bubble, and so there's no real numbers. There's no real number to show. So they are like inflating all the information, all the numbers. They are manipulating it. When the time will come, it will be a big bang and everything will be gone away. And all the money will be lost and government is not going to do anything. And as you have seen the past history, there's so many people have run away from India. They have taken money away and they run away, and till now on, government cannot do anything. And in future, the government is not going to do anything about this too. So it's up to you. I'm going to attach one video at the end of my video so you can see and see the American companies and American news. They've been talking about the Hindenburg report, and then you decide yourself. So I will really appreciate if you can forward my video to your like-minded people, and my portal is www.democraticvoiceusa.com.
Seller Hindenburg Research putting out a market-moving call on Adani Group. It's the family-owned businesses of Asian billionaire Gautam Adani. Here with more is Yahoo Finance's Alexandra Semenova. And this really goes straight to the heart of the empire of one of the richest people in the world. And it's having an effect across his different companies.
Yeah, absolutely, Julie. We're seeing some big moves this morning after Hindenburg Research, which is an activist short-selling firm, made a big call yesterday, publishing a report saying that Adani Group, an Indian conglomerate that runs a portfolio of energy and logistics companies, is committing what it called the largest con in corporate history. As we know, it also revealed a short position in the company. As we know, short-selling is an investment strategy that bets that a stock price will decline. It's essentially a bet on the downfall of a company. Hindenburg accused Adani Group and its billionaire founder and chairman of a brazen stock manipulation and accounting fraud scheme run over decades, partly through the use of shell companies. It also said that Adani Group has been investigated for misusing taxpayer funds, for corruption, for money laundering. And then separately, Hindenburg also flagged some financial concerns with the company, saying that it was taking on too much debt, that 7 of its publicly traded companies were overvalued. Adani Group, of course, dismissed all of those allegations, calling them baseless, calling them a malicious combination of selective misinformation and stale, baseless, and discredited allegations. Whether Hindenburg Research is right or not, we're seeing that call wipe out about $12 billion off of Adani's market value this morning. So we'll see what happens with that.
And it is interesting, that reaction, Alexandra. Hindenburg is not some bucket shop, one person running it. They've made some big calls in the past.
Exactly. So investors have good reason to believe that Hindenburg is right here. This is a highly respected firm whose track record has been correct so far. The firm is fairly young. It was founded in 2017, but even in its short tenure, it's already established its reputation by being correct on its call on Nikola, leveling big allegations of fraud with that company and then being right. We saw the SEC use Hindenburg's research on Nikola in its trial against Trevor Milton, and it's also made some other successful calls on SPACs and crypto companies. Now, short sellers obviously have a bad reputation. There's this notion that you're betting, on someone else's failure. However, some of the biggest instances of corporate fraud in history have started because someone had a short position in a company. So they also have a role in protecting investors sometimes by exposing fraud. And, if these allegations turn out to be correct, it will obviously be very consequential. This is the biggest company in India.
Good point. Alexandra Semenova, thanks so much. Appreciate it.